We're set to go. Laughing World into Wind Chaser at $50. Ready, off. And very slow into stride, Laughing World. He's missed it by 6, would you believe? Hand by hand, the stablemate, though, he came out running, and he's going to lead clearly as they run to the judge, and he's away by almost 3 from Good Racing. In third, the outside, Danpo Shack, striding forward, So Happy's a bit deep. And then Wind Chaser's going to get a good trail just off them, followed then by Laughing World, and Strong Winds at the tail of the field. Hand by hand leads them as they run towards the back. He's going to be pressured now by going forward on the outside is So Happy, and splitting them in the centre, Danpo Shack racing close. Good Racing's under a bit of pressure very early. He lost his spot there, and he's passed by Wind Chaser, who gets into the race very early, followed then by Laughing World. He's got the job ahead of him after that slow getaway, followed by Strong Wind, who's at the tail of the field, 7 off them, 700 metres out. Still hand by hand, rolling free. Wind Chaser's up to second. Danpo Shack third, and just squeezed along a bit. Laughing World's done a power of work, but he continues to press on forward, followed then by So Happy. Good Racing under the pump, and Strong Wind starting to make a long run from the tail of the field. Hand by hand travels well as they run towards the home turn. And it's hand by hand pressured now by Wind Chaser. Danpo Shack through on the inside, followed then by Laughing World. It's still hand by hand, 250 out, getting on terms with him. Wind Chaser the outside, and then Danpo Shack, who's just battling a bit at the moment. Wind Chaser on the outside might have a narrow lead. Hand by hand is kicking back strongly though. Hand by hand in front. I don't think Wind Chaser can gun him down. He starts to edge away, and hand by hand too good for Wind Chaser. A distant third, Danpo Shack. A mile back, Laughing World, followed by Strong Wind. And then came Good Racing and So Happy. So hand by hand, just packing too many guns there. Hand by hand. And he's been too good for Wind Chaser. Really zipped the gates tonight. He can be slow out on occasion, but he really flew the gates tonight. And he's been able to dictate throughout 3, 6 and 1 as they cross the line. Number 3, Hand by Hand. 6-year-old son of No Excuse Needed, La Pearl. And Léo Salles riding there for K.C.Chong. Second, the 6, Wind Chaser. Peter Hofe-Alan, Peter rode the 6-year-old son of Acclamation, Mary Arnold. And the 1, Danpo Shack, had a sweet run. Looked like he was going to loom up and do something coming to the turn. He's just been a bit one-paced in the straight. Ronnie Stewart rode the 9-year-old for Peter Lation. He's a son of Dennis Singer, and Clever clogs the mare. So 3, 6, 1 and 5. Laughing World just spoiling all chance whatsoever, blowing the start. So 3, 6, 1 and 5. Now the next from Cranji. It's race number 6, and it's 10 minutes away. And 3, City of Kirkwall. Corey Brown on the favourite here. Corey winning earlier on Divided House, race number 3. So he rides City of Kirkwall, the favourite here, at $26. Over the 6, Zeus, at $45. And the toppy, there's money for him, Billy Britton, as well for Johnny Powell. And that race is about 10 minutes away. 3, 6, 1 and 5. Three, 6, 1 and 5 after the running of race number 2. Hand by hand. Making the prize, just waiting for the dividends to come through. Now, Danpo Shack just before the off was favourite, but with the wash-up, the horse that missed the kick badly, he has jumped the favourite just before the wash-up. I think he went back to a $30 quote. 3, 6, 1, 5 as we await the dividends here. Okay, now they're having a look here at Laughing World to see what happened there. No inquiry sign posted. Let's have a look at the evidence for you. $53 the win for the 3 and $15 the place. Hand by hand. $12.40 for the 6 and the 1 at $18. Danpo Shaq Quinella 3 and 6 81. They bet the winner down to $53. The Tier's paid $680. 140. About as good as he's gone, hand by hand. 139.8 was his best, so he's gone close to it at 140. 3/4 by 4 after the running of race number 2.
彩亦都作實啦。